Alrighty, welcome. That was I don't have any dinosaur stuff, so I figure this is the best I can do. Anyway, we're doing a commentary on Jurassic Park. Hi James. Yes, sorry I was late. I got a little bit clogged up in the bathroom. Won't bore slash disgust you with the details. Anyway, let's bring in the next guests. Starting off with Mr. Raptor.
Well,
And then Mr. Johan.
Oh my god, Jesus.
oh no, it's 9/11.
I thought you would go for the Call of Duty one that you normally used. The one. Yes. Did. that was oh well, it's great. I just love this whole damn thing. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, this is a good movie. I really enjoy this one.
Yeah.
Also, the beginning of the whole damn thing also gives you like, that vibe of like, ooh. This
It sets
the
the tone
whole
immediately.
yeah. Well, with the new Jurassic Worlds, it's all like, it's almost like you're watching hip hop while explaining dinosaurs.
Yeah. Like that's a big component that the Jurassic World films kind of missed was the atmosphere of actually being in a
Thi-
untamed environment that you think you can control.
This is, for instance, one of the
So,
most important parts, the beginning
so
of it, where they are trying to escort the raptors into the exhibit. The beginning of it.
Yeah.
It sets the tone really well.
Yep.
so how is the quality? Is the
Pretty
quality
good.
good?
Like the normal quality that I normally see on the that I normally watch.
Yeah. You could reduce the volume a little bit on the film though.
Also, I must say the prop use in this one is such a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, they actually use a lot of practical. Well, really though with Jurassic Park 3, both the practical and CGI effects are dog crap.
Yeah.
Yes, I know.
Like the Spinosaurus in Jurassic Park 3 is
With
just so jarring to look at because his animatronic is so rigid, but when it cuts to his CGI counterpart, he's so smooth. So there's a really big
yep.
disconnect for you to believe that, oh, this is an actual threat.
Also, I think they are no longer using most of the particle effects in the New World versions. It was all
There,
CGI probably.
there's a
They
decent amount of practical effects in Dominion, but the said practical effects of the dinosaurs are pretty bad.
But yeah,
It's like they wanted to have their cake and eat it too.
it's a real shame that they didn't, continue with those things and create better ones.
Mhm.
Because if you rely too much on CGI, it doesn't feel alive, especially with dinosaurs like that.
Well, it depends on how the CGI is used. Like the Planet of the Apes trilogy, despite all the apes being CGI, they still feel like real because of how well developed the CGI is.
True, true, true. Also, I really like how, everything is here setting in stone with all the, blood and all that stuff, and then, you just visit a dude, got the insurance company guy, just
Yeah,
visiting casually.
he has a lawyer.
Yep,
He was like a
I like
Giga
this guy.
Chad. He was like a
Ooh,
Giga Chad in the books, but here they turned him into a dweeb.
I don't mind him being
which
an
is
absolute
fine.
coward, or well, he
Mhm.
is an absolute coward in this one.
Yeah, like even though this film is not faithful, like it's barely well, it's not faithful to the original book. It's still great because of its eternal consistency. Much like how the new Dune films are good, despite the fact that they weren't very consistent. They weren't very faithful with the books.
True. Also, I
Yeah.
really like this. You know that
Mhm.
you can
Yeah,
already
like
feel the setting in this whole
Mhm.
damn expedition. In this whole damn expedition, you can already feel the setting of what they are doing.
Yeah.
Well, with the new ones, it feels so empty. It doesn't
Ye
feel, well, how do you say that? Inviting
It
to look at.
it doesn't feel lived in.
Exactly. This one feels like, you have the setting, you have dudes working everywhere, trying to
Mhm.
find finding ambers to extract the DNA. Well, when you
Yeah.
have like with the first
They
one with World, all the employees don't feel really like employees in that whole damn thing, in that whole theme
Mhm.
park.
they're also they're also setting up the fact that Hammond is not running a good ship at all. Like he is
Yeah.
Exactly.
incompetent, and um, and because he says clearly he doesn't like inspections. It's just like massive red flag.
Yep.
It's like
Well, I really like that they actually set him up as like, I don't like lawyers, I don't like exception. I like to be letting people freely walk with dinosaurs, and then
Mhm.
clearly the security people are like, oh my god, not this guy again, please.
Yeah,
Somebody
and
make him change his fucking view.
yeah, another big change from the book where Hammond was a very greedy, like malicious individual. Here,
He's a
he's
he's
character.
basically Walt Disney.
Yeah,
yeah, well, kinda. Like his biggest flaw more so stems from his naivete and how much he could really control an experience for people, as opposed to it just being greed. Because he is very passionate about this project. It's not just greed that's motivating him. It's the fact that he wants to share a unique experience with everybody.
Yeah, it's
exactly.
it's the circus tape, the
Yeah,
circus
the
idea
flea
that
yeah, the
he
flea
expressed.
circus.
I also like that how Hammond is introduced in this one, like being that guy that actually runs the whole operation and be like, yeah, I'm just a dude that invests in everything, and I like you to come on my island to make sure
Mhm.
that see how everything works if you're
Yeah.
curious enough. And they have no clue what the fuck is on that island.
And
I
I
also
think the
like that
reason
CT scan.
why
Sorry.
John Hammond is viewed in a more sympathetic light compared to the book is because I think Steven Spielberg kind of saw himself within John Hammond's shoes because uh, with the advent of CGI and like this new technology that this film is kind of pioneering
Mm-hmm.
to this extent, CGI has always as was also prevalent in other films, but not to this extent, at least, is what I'm talking. Is what I'm referring to. And so, inadvertently, you can a lot of the principles behind why you shouldn't control nature also stems from how you shouldn't control how technology is being like how newly developed technology could easily become a two-sided sword, so to speak. So the dinosaurs are kinda like inadvertently an analogy for CGI and how its implementation is kind of affecting the film industry.
Yep. Also, what I like about this scene, with this whole, fossil recovery place right here with the raptor, the
Mhm.
people in it, they feel really like they're supposed to be here, which is very nice.
Also, the dialogue in this film is really economical because not
Yep.
only does this scene demonstrate who Alan is, it's also foreshadowing Muldoon's fate later on.
Oh man, that kid expression is great.
I also love the fact that he is terror
Open up the
is
guts, and then you
terrifying
did.
this little pissant kid without
Mhm.
remorse. It is so funny.
Yeah.
Yep. And then he has to deal with children at the park, and he's like, ugh, children, ugh.
it's just that is so freaking hilarious.
Yep. It has some very good humor in it, and very wholesome moments as well. Also, what I was missing in the new movies was
A good story.
the good humor is one, and B, it didn't feel very terrifying to watch. Honestly, the whole Jurassic World thing parts, the whole scary bit of Jurassic Park was gone,
Mm-hmm.
and I think two actually did a pretty good job on that one. Like it was not the best in two,
Mm-hmm.
but it did had its own qualities. I really like this scene with the baby T-Rex getting helped out, and instantly, like this is not a good idea. This is not a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Jurassic Park 2 is a really bad movie.
That's
I would
true.
Still neat bits
uh
of it.
I, I wouldn't say it's a really bad film. I'd say like objectively it's like a mediocre film at best.
It
But
didn't
it is
feel very
fun.
believable.
Yeah.
The two one. If they would have not used the child, I think it would have been more believable than with the child. Honestly. Look at that chat. Look at him being so nice, congratulating them with some wine. I love that about Hyman, man.
Yeah.
He was such a nice and gentle man in this movie.
He's also David Attenborough's brother.
Nice. Not like Clone Hammond, who didn't even have the right
No, it's
traits of
not.
being.
You hired Nedry. You do not have that gift.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking Clone Hammond. Fucking dick.
Extremely pictures.
Gasp the dinosaur bone. Yes, basically. That's all about it. And then eventually they get wondered about it. True. But yeah, it's a shame how the franchise absolutely got murdered and butchered. I don't care about lawyers and you. Yes, that's the whole point of it. Also, I like how he just casually talks about, like, yeah, I just wanted to talk to you about my park. I was wondering if you guys could come along, and then it's like, all right, how much do we get paid? Yeah, well, you're gonna get doubled for your efforts. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
great bribe. Look at him fully being dirty, full of sand. Such a great touch.
He's like,
Oof.
that is very much bribery. That is so bribery.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's literally what he said.
Yeah.
He actually did blackmail in the second one,
Mm-hmm.
where he blackmailed like, oh yeah, I wanted to tell you that she's already there. It's like,
Yeah,
what? You dick?
your ex-wife's already there. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, rest
He's
in
always
peace,
been a little.
Mickey Attenborough.
Yeah, he's always been a little sus.
Yeah.
Dawson, the man who abruptly makes a reappearance in Dominion.
Oh god.
Really? He did?
Yeah,
Yeah, this is the same
he's the
actor.
main. Yeah, he's
Oh,
basically
that's the
the
dude.
CEO of Apple in that film.
Why?
Don't you mean InGen or
No, Apple,
No, I
right?
mean like the current CEO of Apple. That's who like that's how he was presented in Dominion. The writer
He was an
specifically
absolute
said
fucking
that
trash.
that was his critique of Apple.
Wow, that movie's stupid.
Yeah, I
it
know.
was absolutely stupid. How it looked like as well. Oh my god, it's dancing here. It's fucking dancing. Fucking puss. Andrew was a way better actor than Dunson.
Yeah.
He knew how to do stuff. Also, I like how the barbecue is still on and he's just, celebrating his food.
Hmm. Also, Dodgson plays a really big role in the Lost World book, where he plays the main antagonist, as opposed to Hammond's nephew.
Nice.
Yeah, and he also had a fairly small team with him, as opposed to the giant army that was present in the next film.
Well, at least with a team you can feed the T-Rexes better. But yeah, I like this character dynamic.
Seven
These two
hundred
are
and
great.
$50,000 just for the embryos. That's kind of absurdly small.
Hmm.
Basically.
Yep.
Yeah, this guy's a complete freaking moron.
Basically. Also, I like how they filmed these helicopters. It's great.
Yeah, like you currently hold in your possession something that's in very high demand and has little to no supply. You can raise the price significantly.
Hello
Basically,
to the man who steals the show by being,
an absolute ass.
yeah,
Yeah,
but he's so fun.
The character that Jeff Goldblum never grew out of.
Yes. I am Jeff Goldblum, and you might have heard me of Dr. Malcolm. I don't mind. I don't mind Dr. Malcolm actually. He's a good. He's a good. It gives a good combination of with it. He had good dynamic with the rest of the cast.
Yeah. Like, what I like about this film is every character is multidisciplinary, which means that everybody can refer to the other about what their profession is like without it feeling inorganic.
Exactly,
With
because they
all
look like
organic
they are doing their
explanation
profession.
because
The lawyer is doing the
yeah,
lawyering thing. Hammond is being Hammond, and the archaeologists are being the archaeologists. Come on.
Jeff was acting.
yeah, they're all very specific professions that are all slightly linked to, this one, ordeal.
Also, you already saw in the beginning of the opening scenes, you already saw their environment where they, normally do their job, which is also very nice to look at. And
Yep.
that's also a very good thing because it gives more leeway towards
Here's
towards.
another indication of the park is very badly designed.
Yeah.
Slash,
Yes,
he's a cheapskate. They
yes.
don't have the plane
A male
is not
seatbelt.
constructed properly with the
Yeah.
seat belts.
Yeah, they only have
And
there's only
this was a sign of a man subduing a pair of female um, seatbelts,
Mhm.
according to Joshua David Bellin. You think
Also,
I'm kidding? That's actually a thing that he brings up.
I know.
really?
Yeah, a lot of
Yeah, he's a complete idiot. He has
mhm.
no brain cells.
Yeah,
Well, there are
activists like
there
him
there are
take things
worse book.
way
There are
too
worse things
literally
to say.
or way too abstractly.
Yeah, like the like quoting a stupid article about the alien queen is a reference to black welfare moms.
Oh my god.
Well, I prefer the other one of Framing Monsters, where King Kong is apparently a black reference.
Sorry, what was that?
You know Framing Monsters again with King Kong being apparently oppressed.
Oh
The
god.
black, yeah, that's less egregious than the black welfare mom, but it's still stupid.
Yeah,
Yeah, like how every
fucking
monster
hell,
in
man.
film is actually
Framing
an oppressed
Monsters.
victim.
I think everybody had big giant Vietnam flashbacks from that. Jeez.
Yeah, it's freaking Stupid jackass.
By the way, Dunn, when are you gonna do again the Rings of Power season 2?
Well, it's coming out next Thursday.
Oh boy, I don't mind hopping on that one, that bandwagon of doom. It's a great one. Oh yeah, I like this. Having a rivalry with the fucking with the fucking lawyer. It's
Well,
great.
the thing is, the lawyer's about to turn around really quick.
Yeah, in 48
Yeah,
hours,
I know.
die.
And then everybody's like, "Oh, the only one that actually agrees with me for this bug is the goddamn blood-sucking lion."
Yeah, the person he thought would disagree with him.
Yeah, it's great. Look at that.
I love the build-up as well.
Oh,
Yeah, we
true.
see
And
the
they're-
reaction first before revealing what it is they're looking at.
Also, she's like heavily distracted on the map. It's like, what? What? And then turn around and be like,
And they sell it. Like, even though
Yep.
this is a CGI creation, they
It might be a CGI creation,
Nope.
but it looks pretty real. Don't
it
mind.
does, but it's well, the reason why I say that it's impressive because it's CGI is because they were reacting to literally nothing.
But looks cool though.
It is pretty impressive and very detailed.
And then Hammond comes along and be like, "Son of a bitch, you did it." And he gonna stand up 2 legs and eat more grass. Also, I like this effect. The
And
particle
then
effect
leaves.
with this. It makes it feel like it actually is eating the plant. Yep.
Yeah,
The lawyer is immediately, happy about it.
yeah. The big thing to sell of your CGI creations is to have them have some kind of influence over like physical, tangible things.
Objects. Yeah. That was actually quite missing in the newer
T-Rex.
newer iterations of Jurassic Worlds.
Mm-hmm.
The CGI creations were not very interactable with objects.
Yeah, because they're just interacting with things that are also CGI.
Yes, which sucks because then it doesn't feel real.
Yeah. The only good moment in Jurassic World is the moment where the T-Rex fight the I-Rex. Like
Yeah,
that's
that
the
was
only good
fun.
moment in that movie.
That was like good mindless popcorn enjoying fun.
And then they tried to push Blue to be the hero of heroes, and then everything went south.
Well, not even that. They just make it the special key to everything dinosaur, which is really stupid.
And then you had the special key girl to everything dinosaur.
Yeah, the clone girl who has special DNA.
And then they even pushed it further with the third movie, and I'm like, I'm not buying this at all. Why don't I just have a military operation to exterminate all the dinosaurs that were rampaging on the island?
Yeah.
It's way cooler than this.
Also,
Well,
the
this is cool. I like this one.
Yeah, and before, like providing the very lengthy exposition dump on the audience, it showcases why the audience should be interested in this. So that way, the audience wants to know wants to know more about how these dinosaurs are created, opposed to just being
Yeah.
like a
Also, I really like that they actually made this. It
Yeah.
feels real. The employees are working. Everything is building up to be presented to the visitors that might be able to come, and it really sells, especially with the skeletons in the middle. Oh,
Yeah, some good old foreshadowing too.
and then the bioscope. It's great.
And it's just kind of Hammond's That's
great. I love it.
I love that he's kind of got a little bit of an ego. Like even though he's this also, and then
Where did you get it? From a mosquito. Duh.
And then you fill it with frog DNA.
Yeah, and then combine it with frog DNA.
Yeah, because real life DNA tends to degrade every like 100,000 years.
Also, this feels very normal and real. This is what I experienced back in the day when I was a child on on television, and seeing this in Bioscope, it would not be that, or in cinema. I mean, it would not be that unbelievable.
Even though the science is complete bollocks. It is completely insane.
Yeah.
Yes, but it does feel real.
Ish.
As long as it's consistent with the rules that it establishes, then I'm fine with it. It doesn't have to be perfectly realistic, but even though I would appreciate it, it feels a bit more realistic.
Oh gosh, you're never supposed to dig like that. And this feels so cool.
Now Malcolm is looking a little concerned.
Yep. But the whole joke is that they actually twist all of this in the new world once. It's like, like, yeah, I'm gonna be combining it with cuttlefish and all that stuff. Like, no, just don't. Just keep it with dino DNA and just keep dino with dino.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need new dinos. Why would I be tired of dinos? Look at that frog.
Even though it wouldn't be that compatible, but
Life finds a way. And then they're gonna have like a tour, which is great.
And then John Hammond imprisons them for the rest of their lives.
Yes, imprisoned to do the job of jobbing. Are these characters? No, they're just people. They are working here. The real miracle workers of Jurassic Park. Wait, what? Those are not Austrian eggs. Those are dinosaur eggs, baby.
Oh no, they broke the system.
And then they look
at it.
Another
sign of Jurassic Park. Didn't really think clearly through some of the guidelines.
Yeah, it's like when the Soviet Union constructed Chernobyl, where they used like the cheapest materials, and then they
oh man, that elephant foot looks scary, by the way. There.
And then they were surprised when it all backfired.
It's General Li Shang, and no, really, that guy plays General Shang in Mulan.
Oh damn!
He was also in an X-Files episode.
Yeah.
And he also plays the scientist in the New World, but he's getting overpushed.
Like consistently reoccurring character from the original film, and my word, did they butcher his character?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
I like this.
He didn't even have a character, and then they somehow ruined it.
Yeah, I was surprised.
This feels so real. I like it. This particle effect with the egg, and then bursting out. You see the tiny little raptor.
It Don't you mean practical, not particle?
Practical effects. The animatronic that comes out of the egg.
Well, technically, all animatronics are made of particles, so.
I remember back in the day that you actually had those eggs as a child at the store where you could buy them. You know,
Yeah.
those things with a dinosaur in it, and it has goop inside. So you need to break the egg, and then you had this dinosaur out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Good
Yeah.
days.
This is how I was born.
Nope.
How do you know that they cannot breed? Well, they're all female, duh.
Problem is, you didn't think about what frogs do.
Yeah, but look at that! Look at that quality of that creature, of animatronic at least. Looks good.
At least with a mistake like this, you can kind of understand the rationale because it would just assume that, okay, the genes that would allow which frogs to transition genders wouldn't really be expressed. So at least it's not as obvious as it is in Jurassic World.
Yep.
So
What? It is now invincible to heat thermal? How?
Yeah. Like it's an oversight that's believable because it's a little more subtle.
Yeah. Also, with the whole storm coming in, causing energy problems because of some bastard ruining the electronics. That feels way more believable than a fucking T-Rex being invisible to goddamn sites of viewing. It's like, why? And I'm like, no, we're just gonna send some dudes inside. But like, you know that the dinosaur has not been going outside. No, just don't.
Also, note Jeff Goldblum's performance because he will sporadically insert us, and then we'll put inflection on. I think it's the middle, like just before the end of the sentence, after the us.
I like this one, by the way. This part. You breed raptors, and then immediately false silence. Great, the watchtower. Fucking talking about the chef, and then you see the fucking cow coming in.
They're dropping a live freaking cow.
Yes, it's amazing, and I love it.
Yeah,
but they actually did it.
I love also really like how this film transitions between one scene to the next because the Brachiosaurus scene ended with, oh, how do you breed these dinosaurs? Which then transitioned to a scene that taught us how these dinosaurs were bred. And that in turn opened up the envelope for velociraptors, which in turn allowed us to understand a bit more about them. So the transition between one topic to the next is very seamless.
Also, this part makes me this was actually quite scary for me as a child. The whole moving, the raptors eating it, and then you can feel that they are a little bit eerie about it, like and then you come and then you have Chad Madigus there. that guy was such a fine addition to the crew. Also, in the second one, in Jurassic Park 2, the main hunter from the main hunting crew, the guy with the bald head, such a fine actor. He did a very good job there. Because his only thing he wanted to hunt was a male T-Rex, and that's it. And he was like, "I'm still disappointed I didn't got to hunt the male T-Rex." And then he complains like, no, sir, I'm not gonna be doing this again. Why? I have lost my best mate here, and you, my friend, are working for a grave company. It's like, ooh.
Yeah. Roland's probably my favorite character in the Jurassic Park series. I love him.
Yep.
One thing to keep in mind that's very clever that they did with this scene is that they are setting up the raptors as the primary antagonists for the rest of the film.
Yeah.
because they
and they've
broke the
been
whole
doing
damn
that
thing.
throughout it. Because even though the T-Rex is very impressive and is very dangerous, it's just a big stupid bear.
Yep.
Yeah. But since
Whereas
raptors
you
are
are
more
actually
intelligent
intelligent.
and around our size, they can maneuver around any kind of obstacle that we can throw at them, and they can find any other position that we can hide in. Because with the T-Rex, it can't really find us if we hide in a confined space, but a raptor can, which builds up a lot more suspense.
Also, putting them as intelligent creatures is also very nice
Mhm.
because it makes the people actually be worried. Even the security personnel is like worried about those things constantly. And when then the power goes out, then whoa, then shit really hits the fan. Well, T-Rex, yeah, power goes out. Okay, there's still a T-Rex running around. Okay, what you gonna do? Hide. It doesn't see you because you don't move. Okay, cool. And this scene is very good. I
Mhm.
like this scene. Just explaining every single thing about it. Talking about all the problems that the park has already. And then Hammond's like, but I thought you guys liked it. And they're all like, not really.
Mhm.
Except the lawyer.
This whole argument is against the entirety of the Jurassic Park sequels and the Jurassic World movies.
Yeah.
Yep.
It, you can also make it an argument that this is also directly referencing the power of CGI as well, and how it's being exploited in the film industry.
Also, resurrecting old franchises. It's
Mhm.
like you're not supposed to be playing with God, just let them die. Uh you're not building a dam. You're
Mhm.
creating dinosaurs, man. They are supposed to be extinct. It's nature selection. Why are you resurrecting them? But yeah, this feels such a believable argument with everybody. It makes you really think about is it
Mhm.
really safe this place? Probably not. What will happen?
There's also another thing about this that's very clever is Ian Malcolm has been what kind of started off as the cocky, happy-go-lucky dude who kind of just says that was just kind of laid back, and now he's kind of stating, no, this is a terrible idea.
Yeah,
Yep.
because he didn't fully understand what he was getting himself into, much like everybody else.
Also, the archaeologists are also like, we have seen raptors. No thanks.
Mhm.
I don't like to live when those things are still around. I don't believe it. You came here. Yes, exactly.
It's
Thank
just
you.
it's freaking hilarious. I love this film is so many good jokes. It's kind of great.
Mhm.
Yep. And then the children get introduced, and then shit, and then finally shit gets scary, which is good.
Oh no.
Yeah, the
Yep.
kids. The one is a vegan, and the other one is not. I found that part so funny. Vegan.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
vegan's also a tomboy, so keep her away from Noble.
Oh my god. Also, it was a vegan saurus. That was also one of the jokes. It was great. Fucking brachiosaurus. No, it's a vegan saurus. Don't worry about it. It doesn't bite. It only eats plants.
No, they didn't.
Oh yeah, this
Yeah, TV ROM
fucking
Uh,
hacks. Let's go.
touchscreen.
She's playing Jurassic Park Operation Genesis on there.
Yeah. Oh, that game! I still have it here on my table. It's such a good game to play around
Yeah,
with.
same here.
And
I
All
read
right.
your books. All right, that's great. Goodbye.
I read your book done.
it's one of the
I
nice
read
things
your
about
gun.
Steven Spielberg is that he is able to get realistic performances out of kids.
Yeah.
I really like this. You just talk about child follows him around and constantly.
He's just like, I hate this little pissant. Even though he's not that bad, all things considered, but he's
Just
like,
doesn't like to go around with children.
Yeah. The best way to make kids simultaneously like genuine while also charming is just to have them be really enthusiastic about random topics they're autistic about.
that's hilarious.
Fucking dick.
Also,
He has no agency.
Rip Laura Dern.
And then you have this, which is great. This is
Well, I
also
was
very
saying
fun.
Laura Dern because she was Admiral Holdo,
Oh god.
Yeah.
Oh god. No.
the second worst character in that frickin' dog awful movie.
Yeah, the worst one was like
Fucking
Rose
Holdo.
Tico.
Yeah, since Rose Tico was way worse than she was, mostly.
Yeah.
I like this character.
I think
With the
Rose had more
cigar.
screen time than Holdo.
She did, but she's still. But yeah, that's why Holdo is only the second worst character in the movie.
I
Then we get
know.
Samuel L. Jackson, who
Yep.
there's a funny little factoid. Supposedly he dies at the when the raptors attack. However, they actually miscount the number of deaths in the Lost World, and they actually miss the number of deaths since Nedry dies, Muldoon dies, Samuel L. Jackson dies, and um, the lawyer dies, but they only say 3 people died at in Jurassic Park.
Mm-hmm.
So that indicates that Samuel L. Jackson left the island minus an arm, swearing like a sailor.
Yeah.
Nice. But yeah, he was also a very good guy.
Wasn't it referred to as the 5 deaths because there's like there were like 5 like
The 5 deaths were the islands itself.
yeah, the 5 deaths were the islands, and isn't that what they're referring to?
But it never came up back with World, if I'm correct. Like the 5 islands,
Yeah.
like who the fuck cares? There's now an entertainment again on the same fucking first island. Like, why? Also, it looked way too modernized. Honestly, the Jurassic World, it looked awful. That island
Well, I think that was the intention behind it. Which,
looked way too chromed.
151 glitches.
Yep.
Yeah, spare no expense, my ass.
Dennis, fix your shit. Such a good guy.
And look, his thing is.
oh no, he's a redditor.
No, he's a Reddit moderator. Duh.
The thing is,
I love him. He's such a charming person.
I've had it with your trickle economic debates, Mr. Hammond.
Aw, he looks so cute now. With his eyes. His glasses make it absolutely that you feel sorry for Hammond hiring Dennis.
he's not doing jack.
Something tells me that Nedry isn't as economically well,
Smart.
not necessarily economically impoverished, but more so he isn't that workaholic that he claims to be.
Yep.
No.
He's a lazy slut person. Also, this scene is also a very good foretelling of what's gonna happen next time they visit it.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Because they see like, oh my god, it's 10,000 volt on it. Ooh, wow. Are they even on? I don't know. Ah, the lovely lights. God creates dinosaurs. God destroys dinosaurs. God create man. Man destroy God. Man create dinosaurs. Full circle. The woman inherit the earth.
Yeah. Yeah, you know what? That would, if Admiral Holdo said that, I would want to punch her. But for whatever
Yeah.
reason, when Ellie Sadler says it, that's funny because the guy she's saying to is an actual dick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's an absolute narcissist beyond repair. Also,
Yeah.
GOAT, MVP of the year.
Also, it's so
He's gonna
funny.
eat the goat. Excellent. Like
It's also really funny seeing activists like review this film and just like endlessly praise it for thinking it's more left than it actually is.
I really like it how they made the vegan the butt of the joke. It's great.
Mhm.
And the goat is just gonna sit there
No.
and do nothing. It's great. Instantly, all
it's a
excitement goes
tiny
away.
Boy.
Also, this is also very foretelling. The water on the things already. You have dinosaurs on your tour? I know.
Also, technically, this is somewhat subverting the audience's expectations because people, like the audience, are expecting to see like an absurd amount of dinosaurs now that they got a taste, but now they realize that it's a lot more realistic and
Complicated.
restrained. So it's actually conducting
I
the
love
trope a bit more effectively than Love Others because this actually makes sense.
one thing I do love is that Hammond says, "I really hate that man."
Yeah.
Yep. Because, well, he is technically right all along, but
Yeah, like because Dr. Malcolm completely roasted him earlier.
oh yeah, the chaos theory where he's trying to get laid. Great.
He's trying to impress her.
Yep. While there's a dinosaur sitting. Such a charming person. Imperfections on the skin is just microscopic. I can never repeat a fascinating outcome. And that means it's unpredictable. That's the kill story. And then, the dude is just sitting outside. And he just jumps because he sees an animal being wounded. Or sick, at least. And then he gets roasted himself. It's great.
Yeah, there's a difference
Also,
between
the
not being able to
doors
predict
unlock.
something and it
How many
being
times do you need to have unlock me?
Another sign that John Hammond's whole thing of spare no expense is ball crap.
Oh, really? I thought he was a genuine guy.
No, he's genuine. He's just stupid.
Well, I thought it was like genuine in that regard.
Nice. Uh, Also, the whole bird theory about dinosaurs being related to birds is also very smart.
Yeah, he was like boogie in terms of how fat he is.
Yep. Look at that book. Look at that book. That
Come on,
book is
watch
telling
this.
words.
I'm gonna create a black hole with this one piece of paper. Watch.
Ah, yeah, the huge pile of shit.
Gonna explain
Uh,
wormhole theories.
and him getting ignored by the archaeologist is the worst
All
thing.
you have to do is just fold the paper, put a pencil right through it, then
So
bam,
here's one of the major
holding
clever
space and
things that
time.
Steven did with this movie. They actually got made an animatronic of a triceratops that
Yep.
they could act off of, which probably made their job a lot easier.
Also,
Mhm.
this thing is fully an animatronic, if I'm correct, right? It's a full thing,
Yes, it is fully animatronic.
which
Mhm.
is amazing. Such
And
a
also
good craft.
from a creative standpoint, it was a very smart decision for them to have this Triceratops to be sick, so that way its slow movements would actually make sense. Because for it to function like a normal Triceratops, it would be way too taxing on the practical defense effects department. That all they can really do is just like like movements here and there, so it just makes it a lot more authentic. Because if they try to do
Well,
so with a healthy Triceratops, then the effects might not hold up that much.
also this thing looks so good. It's so well made.
Mhm.
And like
Uh,
one of the neat things about it is that he's because he's flicking up and down really helps the effect because it's physically there and it really helps the actors.
Mhm.
Immersion, even.
Hmm.
Immersion of the movie. This feels so real. And then they are like, looking at it like, oh, wait, it might be toxic, might be food poisoning. All right, well, we gotta get it out.
Yeah, you're another part. It's like don't import toxic plants.
No, no, no. He was greedy enough because he didn't want to spend on the edible plants. That's the
Yeah.
whole joke.
The reason why they're so cheap is because they're toxic. Nobody wants them.
Exactly. Also, now the storm is finally coming along, and that is going to be causing the whole problem to go into action, the whole thing in motion. And they're trying to reach them, but they're too busy.
Yeah, wow.
And then he looks at Dennis, and Dennis is doing absolutely nothing. And then he's pissed off.
One of my favorite quotes from this movie.
Look at that pile of shit.
Me when I see me when I look at the Jurassic World trilogy.
I was just thinking every Jurassic Park movie after this one.
Lost
2
World is
is
decent.
doable.
Yeah, I like 2. It's not. I wouldn't say it's a bad film.
It it
It's
it
pretty bad.
it tries to do the whole thing of Godzilla, which is quite funny.
Yeah, yeah. The third act is probably where most of its issues stem from. But
Yeah,
I'm willing to debate that film if need
you
be.
get you get rid of the dinosaur in the dinosaur environment. It makes it very unbelievable, which is the main problem of that movie.
Mhm. Yeah, there are some flaws, but overall, I'd say it still holds up,
I
especially
think
compared to.
if they would have kept the big T-Rex on the main island and had raptors in the uh, how do you say that,
San
in the
Diego.
shipment escaping,
Yeah.
that would have been far more scarier than a big
Yeah.
giant T-Rex stomping
Or if they
around.
kept with their original idea, which was to have the third act be depended on a bunch of pteranodons trying to take down the main protagonist trying to leave.
Yeah, that would also be very scary. Because they actually did that implemented in the third one.
Mm-hmm. And no, I'd say that was probably the best scene of that film was the aviary scene.
Yep, that aviary part was actually very good.
Mhm.
No promises.
But yeah,
Goodbye.
objectively, like The Lost World is like a decent 6 out of 10 film.
It's got some character problems. It's also
Mhm.
thematic problems.
I'd say it has a few character problems, but a lot of the issues overall stem from the third act. But the
Yeah.
first
I think
two
the
acts are, I say, are overall fairly decent.
also I think most of the character I think 2 still had some decent characters in it.
Yeah, two
Very
had decent
believable even.
like
And then
none
the
of the
third
characters.
one I
No
didn't
one had
like
some annoying characters. The second one
I,
didn't have any annoying characters.
I didn't like the divorced couple. It was so
Oh yeah, the Kirby's. That was
Yeah,
painful.
Jurassic Park 3 is terrible. It's a
Yeah.
really bad movie.
and then you had Jurassic World, which was even also fucking trash.
Jurassic World is probably worse than Jurassic Park 3.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, it's infinitely better.
And then you had the what was it, the island destroying Jurassic World with the
Mhm.
fucking stupid activist and the screaming
Yeah.
child. And then you had the third version of it, which is even less believable than the
Yeah, he's a
fucking
player.
yeah.
Yeah, the future Mrs. Malcolm. Yeah.
I like the security system. It's great. And then boo. Yeah. The security system is going offline. Yeah, that might be a bad idea.
Even though Nedry to this point has been kind of a buffoon, this was a pretty smart plan, I will admit.
Yep. You shut down the security system, get the stuff, and get out.
Yeah, and
Nobody
even
will be the
provided an
wiser.
explanation for why the security system would be down.
Yeah, true that
Make it
with
more
the hacking
convincing.
software.
So there won't be any red flags when it does.
Indeed. And then you don't have the magic world.
Mhm. Oh, they misspelled Stegosaurus, bruh.
I know, right?
Maybe English wasn't their first language, whoever made those labels.
No, it's Sir Stegosaurus, Signor. It was all written in Mexican after all.
Oh, nice offensive.
Hey, it plays in that area, so that's great.
Mhm.
Which you can feel definitely.
I like how he assumed that somehow this was his fault because he's awful with technology.
Yep. And then this shit is happening, and then
Little
it's like,
things
oh
like
no.
that just make the character feel so much more alive.
I also like it that they actually removed the female hero of the story from the most dangerous part of the whole
Mhm.
damn thing, the T-Rex scene, which is great. Because it is actually quite logical, because she wanted to stay with the Triceratops to help him out, and then
Yeah.
everything
Everything
shitty
is
goes.
character motivated.
Indeed. I love this. Such a good scene. With the rain and all that stuff. Feels very real. Fucking trash.
Reddit monitor.
Mm-hmm. Why the hell would you turn off the other ones? Yeah, exactly.
Like he's a man on his hero's journey. He wanted to destroy Jurassic Park stocks.
Yeah, and then he lost the turn, and rights and yeah, he needs to go left, and he doesn't go left. He hits the thing, and then he doesn't know where to go.
Yeah, which was also a big plot point in the Jurassic Park the game that came out in 2011.
All right, which one?
Oh, it's Oppenheimer.
Yeah, the big boom. Access denied. Access denied. Access denied. Lamau. Lamau. And you didn't say the magic word, and then everything is gonna go viral.
Now it becomes CEO, destroyer of humanity.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I hate this hacker crap. Yeah.
He's still the Trojan.
Phones are out. Oh god. Where did the vehicle stop? Well, they're just stopping nearby the T-Rex visitor center. Don't worry about it. Everything will be fine. Also, I like that the goat is
No.
still just there in the fucking wet rain.
I like how the word "no" was capitalized.
Yeah. I like these cars. They're great. Could you not remotely actually use these cars?
He's projecting.
They are very expensive. Put them back. Yeah. Well, it's night vision goggles, which is great.
You know, if Senator Armstrong was president, he would make sure that people like Gennaro would be killed.
Look at these awesome goggles, man. Yeah. Fast
Yeah,
zooming. A little bit of water for the rain.
Also,
And he,
there was an actual hurricane that was going on at the time, and Steven Spielberg ran out with a camera and said, "Production value!" and was filming the whole thing.
Base.
well, it's very cool to have this rain. Don't get me wrong. It feels so real.
The one problem with this scene is that it creates a massive continuity error,
Oh yeah, definitely.
since apparently it is thudding like an earthquake,
Mm-hmm.
and then
It stops.
when it needs to be sneaky, it does.
Oh, that is indeed a problem.
Yeah, since it
Moron.
Yep.
yeah.
Also, now they're
It's,
gonna look at the goat, and then the goat is missing. Where did the goat go? That's the question.
uh,
I love this. This makes such a great impact.
yeah.
And then she looks up, and it's
Mhm.
like a goat leg. No.
Dessert. Look, he wanted to share his meal. He didn't want to
Oh,
harm.
also,
He didn't want to
have you
gorge
noticed, by the
himself.
way, that the goat leg didn't have any blood on it or so on the
No,
window?
it does. And then you see, and the cool thing is that they actually built a giant animatronic T-Rex
Yeah.
for this
In
movie,
in two,
and
they
that
actually
is
reused
a
the
work of
first one.
art.
I
Like
believe
that
in
is as much a work of art as the Mona Lisa.
yeah. Also, I believe in
agree.
two, they actually reused it, and then they added a second one to it. Oh my god! Oh, he's gonna take a shit. Where you go, you
No,
gotta go.
he's hiding in there. He thinks that that'll actually stop.
And then this. Oh, I love it. All these cables just snapping, and then
Yeah, the only time when it's CGI You can tell when something's CGI and when it's not, but
It gets pretty hard to tell,
it's
don't get me
really
wrong.
hard.
I hate being right all the time.
I actually have that as a clip.
Look at that. It's so cool. Especially with the lights. Even the lights actually showed, even if this was CGI, still the lights are shown on the model, which is great.
Yeah.
Which is missing in the new ones, not gonna lie. That's, I believe, still the animatronic? No, it's still CGI then.
Turn the
This.
light off, you stupid kid.
That was a brilliant transition from practical to CGI, by the way.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, should have just
Oh.
let well enough alone, kid.
This felt so real.
Yeah. You can
Especially
tell that
since you're actually in the car.
they are in the car and they're looking directly at a real T-Rex.
Mm-hmm.
Also that light. Look at that. Ah.
Yeah,
Beauty.
this scene
Full
is pretty
dilate.
much the best scene in the movie.
I think the raptor scene with the kitchen was also very fun.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Also,
tough though. It's basically those two moments are the best. Like this is pretty much a perfect scene. The
Also, by the way, some paleontologists actually created what they believe to be like a more accurate sounding T-Rex, and it sounds even more disturbing than this one.
Oh yeah, I have heard that. Oh, that is creepy. That's
Yeah,
like a
because it
low
sounds more
vocal one.
bird-like, but it has a deeper cadence towards it, so it's so weird and alien.
It's like you're listening to wheel sounds, but then the wheel sounds are actually from up in the air.
Kinda. It's like a mix between bird-like and whale-like sounds. It's
Yep.
very, very interesting.
Also, I like how he's just eating the fucking car, thinking that it's a dinosaur, thinking that it's meat. It's great.
Mm-hmm.
Flash, let's go. Oh, such coolness to see this all happening. This
Yeah.
feels so fucking scary. Look at his eyes, man.
yeah, they built a giant T-Rex.
And now it's CGI again, which is great.
Yeah.
Oh, what the fuck,
You
idiot? No!
won!
Why the fuck would you do
He's
that?
trying to fulfill his hero complex, okay?
Yeah, he's the complete idiot.
Yep.
I will say that, would you say that's a little out of character for him to do?
Also, because we needed to have this scene. Yeah, what were you saying? Again, I'll be accepting your apology. I am so sorry I took you on as a client.
Also, when I was a kid and I first watched this, my sister and I were just dying of laughter because the T-Rex just ate him on the toilet. And
Yeah.
my mom entered the house as soon as that scene played, and she was so disturbed by what was happening because our dad was the one that showed us Jurassic Park, and she didn't know, which
Fucking bitch, stop sounding like
prompted my
Leon.
mom to put my dad to sleep on the couch for a while.
Ah, that footstep, man. It's great.
No, he's an airbender.
Yeah. Also, in regards to the lawyer death, lawyer taste of deep-rooted insecurity and bitterness.
Look, that lawyer probably tasted
Also, the next thing that I have some questions about, why is there a cliff there?
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, That's stupid. That's really bad.
It's a very bad design, I know, because the
Well, no,
dinosaur
it
came
just
out of the cliff.
no. It's an actual contradiction
Yeah,
from because how did the T-Rex get through the gap?
that's a good point.
That's the main issue with this scene is that cliff physically should not be there.
Yeah,
Not at that place, because that's where the T-Rex ended. Or he's a very good rock climber.
Yeah, because it's a sheer drop.
Also, that child should be dead.
I think you have to re-examine the geography of it, but I think the T-Rex came from a different point than where Alan and
Mm,
well,
I don't think.
like escaped into. So that's why there's a very different elevation because that's a different position than what the
It
T-Rex
it looks
arrives.
like it's pretty far, and the thing is, it's
Mhm.
knocking over the car
Yeah,
next to it, so where it originally walked out.
uh, I remember I watched this video where it demonstrated the fact that it looked like that's where the T-Rex walked out, but it actually was in a different area. Like it was kind of close, but wasn't exactly there.
Yeah, it's at the very least a massive question mark.
Yeah, it is a big question mark that you can easily infer that, oh, like, how the hell did this T-Rex get over this giant gap? However, it's also possible that the gap was a lot more to the left than, um, that what we could visibly see, because we obviously wouldn't be able to see the gap from the perspective of our, characters. And it would make sense for there to be a gap to separate the dinosaur exhibits. Yeah. I have to re-examine the geography to make sure if it's consistent or if the plot of land that the goat once, stood on was completely, disappeared, or if that's just something a bit more to the left.
That's a way too long move to get to a fucking tree, my friend.
Mhm.
He should have just walked towards the ducks, not gonna lie. I think he would have been more safe.
Well, he doesn't know that the Dilophosaurus is here, so
Also,
Fun
also the
fact,
dock is gonna
actually.
also, the
so
boat's gonna, leave pretty soon, so if he were to, make the distance by, just running there, he wouldn't have enough time, so that's why he needs the Jeep.
yeah.
Oh,
Also, the Dilophosaurus is very much moving like a snake, and it's
Mhm.
very, very creepy.
also, fun fact. Technically, if you see the real version of a Dilophosaurus, it's way, way bigger.
Yeah, it's way bigger. It doesn't have any, well, it has, like,
Poison.
frills on its, snout, like, that you can see. It doesn't have an actual, like, frill-like mane that you see later,
Yep.
and it can't project any, uh,
Venom.
venom, yeah.
Also, it is actually more scarier because it's like almost as big as a jeep.
It's also fully
Also,
practical, which is
in the book, this scene is actually far more disturbing because,
it's like
um
compies, right?
pardon?
It's like
Oh
a bunch of
god.
compies, right?
No, Nedry still gets killed by the Dilophosaurus. However, the venom that the Dilophosaurus spews in the book actually uh, prevents any of your pain inhibitors from being able to express, so you won't be able to feel anything, which makes it very terrifying because Nedry actually found out that all of his intestines were just falling out of his body simply because of the fact that you realize that it was something really warm and, like, cylindrical, is, like, wrapping around his abdomen, and he had no idea why, because he was also blind. And after he realized that, he was just in complete shock after what was occurring, and that's how he died. And he wasn't able to feel much of the pain because it kind of creates a semi-paralysis on the host that gets infected with this venom.
I also like
Oh.
that. I like that sentiment, by the way, burying all the embryos beneath the sand.
Yeah. Also, we just to reiterate what Furry Monster said about that scene. In an enactment of the teenage boy's wet dream and worst fear, Nedry meets his end at the hands and mouth of a coy, frilly creature that turns into a terror in the back seat of a car parked on a ledge evocative of 1950s era Lover's Lane.
Mhm.
Lol.
Like I said, he is mentally deficient. Joshua
Indeed.
David Bellin is a mentally deficient moron.
I do like this scene, by the way, with the car stuck in the tree, mainly because it actually builds up scariness over time when you look at it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It does give you like a little bit of a thrill of like, oh, are they gonna make it or not?
Mhm.
Because it slowly starts, crackling down.
Yeah, and it's also a lot more difficult to maneuver around a tree than it would be if you were like
Yep.
on land. So it also adds to the suspense because they can't just like dedicate time to move to like the right slightly, because that could sacrifice time that they could otherwise use to try to like get off the tree as soon as possible, because the car could easily slam into someone if they were to slightly move to the right or the left because of how dense it is.
Oh, wow.
Also, I really like that. It might be a fake tree, but still, this scene does hit good.
Mm-hmm.
He's fucking traumatized, man. He just got almost eaten by a fucking T-Rex. Ah, yes. Because he touched the steering wheel, that's why things go down.
Yep. Yeah, very very
I
easy
love.
thing to oversee.
I also love it that it's still raining and you can see that the rain is physically going down.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like a treehouse.
Did your dad ever build you one?
No, me too. Oh, well, they gotta move. I love how he's sighing with his fucking eyes already, seeing this happening.
Yeah, Steven Spielberg is really good at creating tense stuff.
Yeah.
He, admittedly, not really in Ready Player One. That movie is just kind of stupid.
It is. It was. It never will be good.
Honestly, I look forward to the day that Ready Player Two is farted onto cinema screens.
Oh god.
Yeah, apparently the
It was already
that
cringe enough to watch it the first time.
yeah.
Jeez.
Apparently
Well,
the book that the film is derived from is even worse than the film.
yeah, it is so much worse because it eliminates any and all tension.
Mhm.
Really?
Yup. They
Oh, wow.
basically, the whole book is basically stuff like, not only was reciting the the whole of Monty Python for the quest super easy, it was a blast. Or crap like, I've been playing Joust for the last 2 years in preparation for this, so this was super easy. And
Oh, so it was literally Mary Sue 1,
Yeah,
2, and 3 and done.
Gary Stu. The protagonist is
Yeah.
Gary Stu.
yeah, he is a complete Gary Stu, yeah.
I did like the race scene. It was actually quite fun. to know that you need to go in reverse instead of the normal way.
The
That was
raid
actually quite a
scene.
smart one. Thank John for me having a lovely weekend.
A weekend that almost cost me an arm and a leg.
Yep. I do like this. I do like this that is actually still building tension, knowing that the T-Rex is still there.
Mm-hmm.
But now he's getting sneaky again. It's another car. Dear God, they have moved. You shit,
And it would
Sherlock.
make sense why Alan and the kids would leave as soon as possible because they were still near the T-Rex exhibit. So
And then he's looking again, hearing the little stomping sound again, and he's like, "Fuck my life." Doom. Very telling and tense. Ominous and ominous instrumental music. Anybody hear that? Anybody? Yeah.
it's like he was communicating with the audience.
Yep.
Hold on.
And there it is. It's Chad Madigas again. Fun fact, by the way, a T-Rex only can go 40 miles per hour. Also, that's a very good joke. Things always
Yeah.
appear closer by in the mirror, or further away from the mirror.
And also, Laura Dern really sells how scary it is by her yelling crap over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of the funny thing about the T-Rex is that they're actually just big scavengers. They weren't actually the apex predators.
Yeah.
Nope. Apex predators were apex predators. They are not T-Rex.
Nope, no. They're just a big mouth on legs. They were just scavengers that would steal food from other predators.
Like from Carcharodontosaurus or Athalcanthosaurus and so on.
Yeah.
Probably not those kinds,
There
but
are some very
specifically,
good. I think the pack hunting the pack hunting ones were actually very nice. Apex predators in the desert, velociraptors and all that shenanigans.
The
Yeah,
pack
even
hunting
though
ones were the nice ones.
even they're much smaller than the guys in this film.
Yeah, they were like turkey
really-
size.
Really, the dinosaurs that the Velociraptors are based on are Deinonychus.
Yes,
Yeah.
Dinocyclosaurus.
Yeah, only Deinonychus can be that large because real raptors are quite small.
Well, I
Turkey
just mean like
size.
design
Where the
wise.
turkey?
Yeah.
Since with the Deinonychus, they're more lizard-like, whereas Velociraptor actually had feathers.
Yeah.
Yep, lots of them.
Yeah,
They're
raptors are a lot
they're more like
bird-like.
Archaeopteryx, so they look a little bit silly. I think my favorite one is actually the Carnotaurus, the one with the little bubble head on the head. They're great.
Unfortunately for Lex and Tim, Brachiosauruses are known as conditional herbivores, which means they will resort to other options if their primary food source is no longer available.
Yes.
I don't
But
even know
luckily
if that's
for them,
true,
there's
but
a lot of food nearby.
I don't even know if that's true for Brachiosaurus, but I do know it's true for like deer. They will resort to eating, like,
It is
birds.
true for the Platosaurus. It is actually true. The younger version of it, the one that could actually stand on two legs. And then you also had Kuducyphuses, which were
Huge
actually
and
bigger
forest.
than the one. The Kuducyphus was actually bigger than the ones that are actually described in the Jurassic World. But there are way more. Like hundreds. It's like a family of 100 that were running down the stream of deserts.
Alan Turing.
Have you, by the way, seen the perhaps the one from National Geographic back in the day, the Walking with Giants? I believe that's the documentary of dinosaurs, where they use where they use CGI and practical animation with dinosaurs, where you have all the uh, time intervals.
Time
Yeah,
for a
it's
very
done that.
underrated scene.
This is also very telling.
Yeah, all of the merch.
Yeah, like actual merchandise you can purchase.
Yeah. However, like, yeah, I know they said this is not designed to cater to the super rich. You gotta get a boat to this place and/or a private helicopter. That's a lot of money.
But I do like that they actually put also parasols on the back on the outside as well, making it even more feeling more realistic.
Yeah, little umbrellas.
Also using this, I think it is actually have they actually used this like one? Is it actually one big building that they actually used, or was it just scenes after scenes?
There's also a neat little touch there where they're trying to eat the ice cream because the freezers are down.
Yeah.
Yep.
So they're just trying to eat it before it goes bad.
Yeah. Kind of symbolic of John Hammond trying to salvage what little he can of the situation.
I don't know if he's selling it. I think he's just talking about his motivation.
But not necessarily sell it, but mostly just salvage. Try to turn this into, still trying to like materialize this, even despite these short backs. Well,
Also, I like that he has everywhere candles placed because the light is down. It's a
yeah.
nice touch. He had a
Well,
dream.
yeah, despite these shortcomings, I think he's still holding on to the hope that he can still create an experience that he wanted to share with the world. So even though these horrific events occurred, he still has that passion, and I think that's kind of what the ice cream represents in a way.
It's still there, but it's slowly melting away.
Yeah, he's losing power as every minute goes on.
And then also having an argument with the other archaeologist again. Yes, it was an absolute mistake to fucking hire that fucking piece of shit. You should definitely do some background checks before you do anything. Even though he was your nephew. Next time, it
No,
will
it
be
won't.
flawless. Yeah, but then it's still a flea circus. It's still an illusion. But we have control. It's an illusion. That's great. Yeah, she was overwhelmed by the power, and then everything fell apart.
Yeah, and just the fact that he cut corners on a lot of stuff. Like, you see the hallmarks of it even before the park falls apart, which is one of the genius bits that this film very much holds up to rewatches, with a few tiny little exceptions.
Also, his expression on it, like finally realizing that everything went to shit. It's great. Oh, she's even crying. Damn.
Yeah. Laura Dern is a good actress. It's just Star Wars did her so dirty by making her a freaking unlikable character.
Yep.
Yeah. Come hither.
Nom.
Mm.
That is also, I think, an animatronic, right?
Yep, that is Yeah, if it kind of moves a little bit slowly, then they're an animatronic.
But it looks cool though. Oh yeah, and then he fucking snuts himself.
Oh no. Kind of looks like a giant sock puppet.
A little bit, yeah.
But it's cool though. It has a cold, so it's gonna sneeze. And who's it gonna sneeze on?
Yeah.
I like cows. I will touch it. Hachu, motherfucker.
Oh yeah, that's probably lethal. The diseases
Yep.
in that. There's a
And
million
that face
differences.
expression, it's great. Like, oh my god.
Mhm.
Yeah, they also said that Lexa's curiosity is punished, whereas her brother's is rewarded, and that's kind of an evidence of the film's sexism.
What? I
Oh
would
yeah, it
say
does.
it's more like a lovely laughing
Kidding
stock, which is
me?
great. It's a good comedic scene.
Yeah, it's like I said, Joshua David Bellin is mentally deficient.
The point of that scene was to put someone who is completely out of their element and put them into uncomfortable situations. It's a trope that's been done countless times. The gender has nothing
Also,
to do with it.
this scene is very important too for the realization that actually everything went to shit.
Matriarchy.
No, it means that the frogs are able to breed. And if they breed, they are taught. Uh-oh.
Yeah, same with cuttlefish.
Yeah, cuttlefish are very fun. They do the same thing.
Yeah, and humphead wrasses do the same thing too.
And he
Ah, yes,
just
the great
lays there
scene
like looking like a beefcake.
is magnificence. No shit, he's not coming back. Oh yeah, they created a kind of bullets that are able to instantly kill dinosaurs, or at least kill them faster. But that's illegal. They don't want to hurt the dinosaurs.
Yeah, and that also
Yeah.
explains why they believe that the toxic plants earlier wouldn't have been consumed by these dinosaurs because there wouldn't have been no incentive for them to consume it.
Yep.
So it all adds up.
Yeah.
And they shut down the entire system,
Mhm.
which makes the party of three, the children, able to climb the fence, which also adds up things. And no power. We just need to reboot some few systems. Don't worry about it. Oh god, it's a 3 fucking minute walk.
Well, rest in peace.
Yep.
If only he did return. I've had it with these mother effing raptors in my mother effing facilities.
Gallimimus. Actually, it's an unnumber. It
Calamine.
eats both meat and food and veggies.
Yeah, in real life they're found in like modern-day Mongolia.
Yep. They're like real birds. They eat everything.
Yeah, Genghis Khan used them when he tried to conquer China.
Indeed. Yes, they are metosauruses. They eat everything. Beware. They work like ostriches. Don't get hit. Their claws are deadly. Mom spaghetti.
They're flocking this way.
I like this. I like this scene, by the way.
Mm.
Also, great use again on the tree. I know it's CGI, but still, looks good.
Mm-hmm.
And
So
then they
the
see a
actress,
T-Rex.
who plays Lex, Ariana Richards, she actually quit Hollywood and works as an artist, painting dinosaurs of all things.
Oh, that's cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
So he was basically just acting like himself in this film when he was this age.
Lex is the girl.
Oh, I thought you said he. Oh,
The blonde
yeah,
one.
oh, okay. My bad. I mixed up the names. Not of Lexus the guy.
I do like that she's the hacker man. You know, the hacker man, the vegetarian hacker man.
Woman.
Yeah. It's kind of crazy to think that she's 44.
Holy shit! Pirates of the Caribbean.
Pirates of the Caribbean. Pirates don't eat the shark.
Oh yeah, he didn't return.
Mm-hmm,
I
yeah,
forgot about it.
dead. And I like how nobody really
Cared about him.
says, oh, he's probably dead. They just assume that he is, or he's in danger.
Why is he not loading in slugs instead of fucking buckshot, man? It's fucking raptors.
I think. Well, buckshot's actually surprisingly powerful. I've shot buckshot before. It's got a kick to it. I think that part of it is just they're fast, and he doesn't think he could get a slug into them.
Yeah, but are dinosaurs not a little bit more resistant to buckshot than compared to slugs? With a slug, you would be immediately able to, shoot them once and then they just drop dead, probably, from the pain. Especially raptors. Or any small fucking assholes. But I do like it that they only bring one shotgun.
And here's the thing: if they run up against a T-Rex, they're dead. It doesn't. They would need like something even more something even bigger than elephant gun. They would need a tank in order to kill a T-Rex.
A sniper rifle would be enough, but it requires multiple shots, probably.
Or a few AR-15s.
Yeah. But raptors are like birds. They don't have hollow bones, but they're still lightweight.
Yeah.
So I think buckshot and slugs would work effectively.
I'll be back real quick.
All right. Because we're being hunted. The bushes straight ahead. You can see it. I love this scene. Such iconic. Also, actually, him being obsessed of hunting those things actually caused his downfall.
Also, he doesn't really know what their hunting patterns are.
Exactly.
He doesn't know that they. And the beautiful thing is they set it up very early on in the beginning,
Yep.
where they talk about how they come in from the sides.
Also, I like that one of the raptors is actually inside of this facility, which caught me by surprise multiple times. I was actually scared of this when she was actually in it. Ah,
This bit is freaking hilarious.
yep. It's such a dick move to do to children, but yes.
It's also very it's also surprisingly tense.
Well, it gets very tense later down the line. Yes.
Well, no, it gets tense right now because they're about to turn it on. And
That's true. But only when they are trying to climb it, then it's getting tense. It's like, ah. That was the dick move. It's not funny. Well, it was great. Like, motherfucker.
Yeah.
And then they need to climb it. So, yeah. And then they hear the T-Rex, so they need to climb it faster. And then that's where the tempo is picking up. Because now that they're climbing, and she's, trying to find things. Also, I love that Hammond absolutely doesn't know how to use directions. Yep. Follow the pipe and you get there. It's easy. And this is what I like about, the whole tense situation. Also, I think actually Jurassic Park 1 actually has a lot of, maintaining the momentum of, like
good
it is.
pacing.
There's always a resting period, but it always feels like there's always something going on. Warning, high voltage. Yes. Mm.
Drop.
Drop, don't hold on. Drop it. Because she's now going to be turning on every single part. First, it's going to be that one. Then the second one. And the fun thing is, the last one is the fences. Yes, you need to jump. If you don't do it, you die. Come on, Tim. You got it. Jump down before everything goes bad. 2, 3. Wow!
That's so funny.
Yep. He just died from a heart attack from high voltage.
I'm
And
back.
she's so happy. That's the whole point. So
And
great.
now for the rest of the movie, the Raptors are the main antagonists.
You're welcome.
It's particularly scary because
You didn't expect a raptor there. Also, this is so funny.
it's just
Yeah, that,
it's very
that
much
doesn't
a
affect enough.
it's very much a baby's first horror movie in a lot of ways.
Yep.
This is a horror sequence. Like the raptors are effectively slasher villains.
And she's walking limp.
She is also freaked out.
Mhm.
Of course.
She is clearly absolutely freaked out.
You should just back off. You should not have started hunting those things. I think if he would have stayed with her, he would have been able to, help her out.
Probably shoot the raptor.
Yes, don't line up, just shoot it. Clever girl.
It takes two to tango.
And
Hmm.
the neat thing is he's not being stupid. Like he's actually being fairly competent. He just
Dad.
It was a variable he couldn't predict, which is why his death is still satisfying.
yeah.
Go on, Tim. Survive. Good. Look at his hair all
Also,
frizzled
the
up.
actor who played Robert Muldoon, like this is a bit of a theory, so don't take this as gospel. But the actor for Robert Muldoon actually had cancer while he was filming, which is why he suggested that his character would be killed, just in case he wouldn't be able to make it for the rest of the film.
Wow. Clever. That's pretty cool.
Oh, look, it's me in the background.
Yeah. One nice thing about the sequence that it also shows is that Alan Grant's actually a pretty decent dad.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Like he's able to, and also one nice thing about it is just that he does not pander slash
Belittle.
I guess condescend to the kids.
Yeah.
Also, I think that Jurassic Park 3 was so stupid because they decided to split those two up. That was so stupid.
Well, I
Should not
don't
have
think they
done
even
it.
implied that they even had a relationship to split up. They just resolved things like, oh, as if they were always friends, even though they definitely had romantic chemistry by the end of the film.
Well, I think that,
Yes.
well,
Jelly jiggler jiggler.
they were talking about having kids though
In Jurassic Park 3?
in Jurassic Park 1 in this movie.
Yeah, I know, which is why it's a big contradiction in Jurassic Park 3, but I don't think
Yep.
they were ever really a couple. They were still kind of friends, sort of. But
I don't know. They kind of seem like they were that kind of couple that's been together, but they're
nothing
kind of
is official.
established.
Nothing's official.
I didn't even
kind
know
of.
that. Like they seem like they're pretty like they're at the very least having sex. Fixed in all likelihood.
I love that eye. Such a fun face.
Also,
Like-
the little things like the breath.
Yep.
Mhm. Yeah, I usually interpret the relationship that Alan and Ellie had as being more lenient to like developing a relationship, but right now they're still kind of friends. But that could just be my own interpretation. But it's still really a big inconsistency in the third film because it was definitely implying that these two would have kids in the future, but they didn't. And there
Look at
isn't
him
any
opening
explanation as to why.
doors,
It just happened
silly
off
raptor.
screen.
Since, well, the main thing was that they said, like, a little Alan Grant running around, since, like, she's totally down to have his kids.
Yeah, yeah. Which is why I say that it's a lot more lenient to a relationship side, but for some, I guess there's still enough material there to say that, like, there's still, like, really close friends that are thinking about having a relationship, but Alan, it just personally isn't that committed to being in one.
I love this. Fucking packing order. Displaying like, who is the boss?
Mhm.
Click, 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 click.
But yeah, either way, it's a big inconsistency whether if they're already a couple or they're thinking about being a couple by the end of the film. It's a big inconsistency that they weren't one definitively in the third one.
Yeah. I love the magic tricks that they do with this film where they will just intermix practical and CGI, and both work really well.
Yeah.
Yup.
Like
Especially in this scene.
Yeah, where they have to intermix the raptor, and they will also have them interact with the stuff around them
Mhm.
to give the impression of movement.
Which
Yeah.
makes
Like
things
this,
so scary.
And what makes all these set pieces very dynamic is that they utilize the environment.
mhm.
Oh, that's the wrong way to go, child.
And then like the close up on that is really clever,
Mhm.
and then it just makes it look really good.
And then he bounces against the mirror. It's great.
Yeah, that's a sign of the cleverness of the kids going up against the since it's
Mhm.
clever, but it's not. They wouldn't be able to tell.
It reminds me of that of those lovely little pigeons that are always running in straight into a glass wall. Like, I'll set you free, bum. Ah, god damn it. Yes, close one up in the cooling store. Smart move. And only two left.
Yeah, and you can definitely tell that in Jurassic World they wanted to mimic the energy that Lex and Tim had with the two brothers, but it didn't really work that well.
Oh, those two brothers suck.
Yeah.
Yep, they had
The older
nothing of
one
energy.
especially.
No synergy whatsoever.
Yeah, they're just really dull.
Well, the older brother's an asshole to just chasing tail the whole film, or at the very least,
Because even though Lex wasn't that enthusiastic about dinosaurs, at least there was a bit more going on to her than just her being like very one note.
they also do something very clever where they don't show the gun being fired, because
Yep.
the thing is, if they use the gun, all terror would be
Eliminated.
eliminated because they could just shoot the dinosaur.
True.
And since Alan probably has never used a gun before in his life, it makes sense that he would have a few misses.
Yeah.
Which would not be very good, especially in a tense situation.
Also, it is funny that Tim doesn't go grab the gun for them.
Yeah, that would have been really bad.
Yeah.
And on top of that, Tim is like way too concerned about what's going on over here that he probably doesn't even notice the gun. the graphical user interface on this security system is it's something.
Yep.
It's like a video game. It's kind of funny. I mean, if this is what Nedry was complaining about the whole time, then like
I don't give him. I'm giving
all you
no
have to do is
complaints there.
just
It's way
interact
too
with the
problem.
graphical user interface, then like I don't understand what this big issue was. Besides the payment.
Yes, tell them to send that damn helicopter. And then he shoots the gunshot. And you know that he missed.
And I also think the reason why we didn't see the gunfire because like one, I don't really know how they would mimic a raptor getting shot without CGI, which might not look too great. And on top of that, like what you said previously,
Oh, that looks so cool.
yeah, yeah,
Kick it! There you go.
the guanine, cytosine, and adenine and thymine genetic code.
This whole scene is super incredibly tense.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Oh no.
Oof. Why?
Here's Reppy.
And there is one. And then there is two.
And there's three.
Yep. A happy little family.
Mm-hmm.
And the T-Rex comes in.
I will say that is a bit of a Deus Ex Machina.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Also, you didn't hear the stomping.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not a perfect film, but overall it's still really good.
For careful consideration, he just throws it into the tank.
Mm.
Yikes!
Yeah, he throws it into his like third cousin twice removed.
And that's how you get the iconic shot.
Mm-hmm.
And they try to do it
Indeed.
every single fucking movie.
Oh, well, they tried to do it in the Jurassic World films. The Jurassic Park sequels didn't try to mimic it. They tried to do their own thing with the T-Rex.
Yep.
Yeah, which in Jurassic Park 3 just meant killing the T-Rex and replacing it with the Spinosaurus, even though the Spinosaurus looks like Daffy Duck's beak if it got shot.
Well, they did it also
actually,
in 2.
I
They
actually-
actually did it. Oh.
Hey, I actually do like the Spinosaurus more than the T-Rex, but the thing is, the Spinosaurus's diet consists of fish. It would never stand a chance against the T-Rex.
Nope. If you wanted to have something to fight the T-Rex, you go for the Gigantosaurus.
Yep.
Which is the biggest of the biggest.
Giganotosaurus is bigger than the T-Rex.
Yep.
Or a Carnosaur. I think maybe a couple of Carnosaurs.
Carchodontosaurus.
Aren't the
Carchodontosaurus is a bit smaller than the T-Rex, but I think it's more aggressive. I don't think it's a scavenger like the T-Rex, so...
Yeah, also the Gigantosaurus is also not a scavenger. It's a big one. It's
Mhm.
Big
Yeah,
Dave.
I think the big theropods are more so the scavengers, and the smaller ones are a little more aggressive.
Then they should have just built the what is it again? Albertosaurus. Yeah, they should have gone for those.
Yeah.
Also, even though this film, in terms of like dinosaurs per minute, is probably the smallest of any of the films, it's the presence felt by the dinosaurs is felt throughout the entire movie. So even though you
Yep.
don't actually see them as often as you would in the sequels, their presence is still arguably felt even more so than any other film afterwards.
I think one thing that also helps is that Michael Crichton wrote the screenplay.
Oh, yeah, right.
It also helps that it feels. Oh.
Yeah, I think David Coep is going to write the screenplay for the next Jurassic World film.
Why? Why milk that fucking franchise dead? Jesus.
I know. But I highly doubt the next Jurassic World film is going to be worse than Dominion. It's going to have Gareth Edwards as the director and one of the original screenplay writers as the writing team.
Let me guess, it still has Brad Pitt in it?
Oh,
no.
For Pete's sake.
No, like none of the actors from the Jurassic World films are returning.
No, so Dominion had a budget of $265 million. Guess how much it made at the box office?
Almost $1 billion.
1,000. That's it.
$1.004 billion.
Yep. Yeah.
Wait, they make a very big loss? What are the odds? Huh, my shock, my horror.
No, they profited from this like almost 5 times.
Yeah.
Yeah, it made $1 billion at the box office with a $266 million budget.
Yep. They made a lot of money off of this.
Yeah, they made over 2 times their investments because advertising will be twice that budget. But even though, advertising will be advertising is around like just as much as the budget. So in order to break even, a lot of films try to score for if the film makes back like double the amount of the original budget, then it's considered to be really profitable.
Yeah.
And Dominion was like over twice that amount.
Yeah, it was actually the third highest grossing film of that year of 2022. Yeah. The only 2 films that beat it were Maverick and Avatar 2.
Maverick was like the only good film out of the 3.
Yeah.
The main problem with Avatar 2 is that they reused villains and reused...
Well, it's not just reusing villains, it's how it's executed.
It's also a stupid movie. Like, there's no such movie. Avatar is a crap movie. Yeah. Like, it was always bad.
I'd rather watch the Smurfs on ice, not gonna lie.
Wow.
Yeah, Avatar 1 is a terrible movie, and Avatar 2 is even worse. Like, Avatar 1 is a vacuous, empty nothing of a movie.
It had better action scenes than 2.
Hence, it is a stupid, empty, vacuous movie.
Hey, guns sell, okay? America the best.
Still lazy crap.
Anyhow, as I was saying, with Jurassic World Dominion, it probably has the highest dinosaurs per minute than any of the films combined, but yet the presence of the dinosaurs is almost completely absent because they just feel like obstacles. They don't feel like they're intertwined with
they don't feel alive at all.
People are talking about because the main thing people are talking about are the locusts. That's the driving force of the conflict is the locusts.
The bees, not the bees.
The whole film sucks.
Yeah, it felt very
why
hollow.
I say that I highly doubt a single Jurassic World like film is going to be worse than Dominion.
Yeah, it would be insanely difficult to make it worse.
Yeah, like you have to actively try. And since the next Jurassic World film is going to have one of the original screen writers as well as Gareth Edwards directing it, I highly doubt that it's going to be worse than Dominion. It's probably not going to be a good film, but I highly doubt it's going to be worse than Dominion.
Well,
So are
Gareth
we gonna get
Edwards-
it? Like, are we not gonna get another Shark Tornado then?
Well, Gareth Edwards is mostly known for bland, lazy films.
No, I wouldn't
Ah,
really say lazy, but just more so bland,
Bland
leaning to slightly more of the goods. I'd say he has more hits than misses overall, even though the hits that he does have are a bit more on the bland side. But overall, overall I say he's a lot more competent than like most of his peers are in the film industry.
Admittedly, he's only done 4 movies.
Still,
Yeah, he's like Godzilla 2014.
no, that was
Meh,
decent. Yeah, it wasn't
it's
bad.
okay. It's okay. Rogue One. Meh.
Yeah, again, wasn't bad. I'd say it was pretty decent.
The Creator, which is apparently like
Another
meh.
meh, okay, kind of film.
He's,
I haven't heard
he's
a lot of people say that was bad.
he is very much middle of the road.
In all honesty, I'd take middle of the road than like 90% of our modern content. If it's like at
Yeah,
least competent in a decent amount of areas, then I'm gonna praise it compared to most other stuff.
yeah, like Multiverse of Madness.
Yeah.
oof.
Where basically everything, like, it's where I think Mahler put it best. That movie is allergic to the idea of cause and effect.
It's
And
basically the visual definition of and then this happened, and then this happened, and then this happened.
yeah,
The many MacGuffins.
and it looks like there's some like, and they're not. At least one thing about Jurassic Park of Jurassic World 4 is that they aren't going to be relying on member berries like they did with Dominion,
Mm-hmm.
since they're not bringing in the original cast. They're just
Mhm.
bringing in a bunch of new people, which includes Scarlett Johansson, which I'm okay with.
Yeah.
It's
Like in all honesty, like I probably watch it. If I
yeah,
hear that it's like okay, then at least it'll be better than the Jurassic World trilogy combined. Like,
yeah.
and
Since
I not look like I highly doubt it's gonna be a fantastic film or anything. But if it's just mediocre, then okay. Well, at least it's far better than the Jurassic World trilogy. Have
yeah,
some like decent, suspenseful moments,
mm,
some decent character work. We could work with something here, and I think Gareth Edwards even mentioned that he's trying to take Jurassic World back to its horror-like roots from the first films.
mhm.
So so far, no major red flags. So
Yeah, and the nice thing about Scarlett Johansson is, unlike somebody like Rosamund Pike or whoever is in charge of The Witcher, she is not an activist. Or at the very least, she does not come off as an activist.
Fun
yeah, it
fact.
just comes off as pretty humble overall.
Yeah, she's a nice she's a good person,
Mhm.
and she doesn't come off like she's nuts.
Yeah,
So,
By
like,
the way,
and I highly doubt
done.
that this new Jurassic World film is going to be annoying because at least the Jurassic World films weren't plastered with like activist like messaging or anything. They're just incompetent, so they
yeah,
weren't annoying in that regard.
there's slight stuff with the PETA crap in the second one, but
Yeah,
that
but that's
one's
pretty
just
tame. That's something that you can
that's
expect from like the 90s.
yeah, I would agree. And it's just like the that one dinosaur medic chick who is just an idiot, who
Yeah,
then
that's
went
pretty
on to
funny.
play Faye Donahue in
Ugh.
Yeah, where they did
the
like a blood transfusion between the T-Rex and a raptor. That was
freaking stupid. That
How the
was
fuck
so
does it
They're
even
bad.
both
work?
theropod dinosaurs, therefore their blood is compatible. Nice
No.
word. Even if there was a different raptor, it doesn't mean that the blood is compatible. You have to make sure that it's a certain type.
Yep.
No, they're all dittos, so therefore all bloods work.
Yeah, that whole movie is utterly beyond stupid. And even just the introduction of human cloning is so stupid.
Mm-hmm. Like at
That's
that point, is it even a Jurassic Park film? Like
yeah, it's
just going about its own like nonsense fan fiction. Like at this point, it might as well be a different film altogether.
and then with Dominion, they also introduced the idea that like somehow like the girl was produced asexually or something like that.
Yeah.
Was that?
Well, like
Uh,
the mother reproduced, well, like essentially created a clone of herself.
And it's just like that's so stupid. It
Mm-hmm.
kind of removes the idea that oh she was a clone. No, it's just she's his granddaughter, not his daughter.
Yeah.
So that's just
By the way, Dunn, what do you
yes.
think if you create a new game called The Witcher, but there is no Witcher in it? Mainly Geralt. No Geralt.
Well, I don't know. It's probably going to be stupid and not very
Oh, don't
good.
worry about it. I'm looking forward to it to see how bad it is.
Yeah, it's probably going to be crap.
Yeah. In all honesty, season one was fine. It had some ups and downs. Season two is when a lot of the red flags started to appear, and then season three, I didn't even watch that at all.
Yeah, I refuse to watch season 3. Yeah.
I've lost all what little engagement I had is completely shattered.
Yeah.
Dude, there is no engagement here anymore.
So anyhow,
Nothing.
back to the Jurassic Park franchise. Hey, would you be down to watch The Lost World tomorrow around the same time?
Yeah, sure. Why
Uh,
not?
I need to. It is quite hard for me to stay up this late. So,
Yeah.
Yeah,
if
yeah, no
you could
obligation.
like make it like around Saturday, sure.
Well, you don't have an obligation to be here.
True. But it is fun to watch the old movies again, though.
Yeah, yeah, and even though I admit that The Lost World has flaws, I will say that it's not a bad film. Still, I'd say it's more so on the middle of the road kind of film, kind of like I'd say kind of the same thing as like Rogue One. Because yeah, there are certain issues that I won't defend, obviously, but there are other aspects that I think people glossed over and actually do make sense in the narrative. Like the first two acts, for the most part, are pretty solid. It's the third act is
Yep.
when a lot of things kind of go downhill.
I agree with that a lot. The third act should not have been there.
Yeah, I agree.
It cuts the entire believability of it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, the logistics behind transporting the T-Rex and that somehow he managed to be this aggravated for no reason. Yeah, that definitely reduces the film to like a 6 out of 10.
Yeah.
But in all honesty, all that stuff is tame compared to what the Jurassic World films do. Like,
True.
at least like we would have like scenes that would be equivalent, if not surpass, the stupidity of the third act of The Lost World, like every 5 minutes in the Jurassic World films.
Yeah, like Lost World is not is kind of like is a massive step down, but it is not as bad as 3. 3 is really bad, and then Jurassic World is even worse than 3, and it
Yeah.
just keeps descending.
I did
I-
like the vehicles though in Jurassic Lost World.
the Eagles.
The vehicles, yeah, the ones that are able to capture dinosaurs. Or is that Operation Jet? Ah, fuck. Never
What?
mind. I'm too late.
What?
Uh, Jurassic Park
Uh,
1, Jurassic Park 2. They had vehicles, not Lost World. Ah, it's way too late. Getting late. Fuck.
Okay.
yeah. Alrighty.
Fine.
Well, we'll watch The Lost World tomorrow, I think, and then since
I would sit and enjoy.
Mhm.
the nice thing is I don't got to work until next Monday, but I'm still getting paid, which is nice.
Nice. That's
Yeah.
always good to hear.
The only thing better than doing nothing is getting paid to do so.
Indeed.
Yeah. Thank you to the technical man who did not work the make the servers compatible with Kentucky. Alrighty. Well, good movie. Still holds up. Very,
I give it
very
a-
good writing.
Yeah, I
Just
give it a
some-
solid 8 out of 10.
Yeah, there's just
I
some
still like it.
slight logistical weirdnesses and a
Mhm.
Deus Ex Machina at the end. That's
Yeah,
a little bit
but
annoying.
overall it's fairly forgivable because it's a very
Yeah.
character-driven story.
Yeah.
I still think it holds up on quality itself as well. It is a very ageless movie.
Yeah, it's pretty timeless. You can pretty much pop this in.
Indeed.
And just watch it and enjoy it.
Mhm.
Jurassic Park 2, it's meh. Like it is mostly held up by
The first two parts and the third part.
Yeah, third part.
there's some major weaknesses even then, which just like the villains are really stupid. I don't think the villains are really, really well done.
I'd actually say that the villains are probably the more competent of the two
No.
factions.
Morris,
Yep.
just I find I guess it could be just personal preference because I just find that kind of antagonist exceptionally boring and uninteresting because it is hard to do them well and make them interesting.
Yeah. I'd say there's a bit more to Ludlow than just a greedy businessman. There's a certain slimmers of him being a bit more than that, as he interacts with other people.
The only one that I think is somewhat like actually interesting is the Pete Postlethwaite guy,
Yeah,
the hunter guy who just wants to hunt a buck, a bull, a male.
yeah,
Exactly.
Mostly
And then
because of the meme factor of him.
yeah. He's like a Giga Chad.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Yeah. Wait, hold on. I mentioned him earlier. Why does his name dang, my mind is not I'm a little tired. Hold
Clearly.
on.
Well, I need to get going. I need to get some writing done before my writers group. Not mainly because I need to actually get some. I have a manuscript that I need to finish before the middle of September, so I have time to print it out in time for a friend's birthday in October. So
No, Roland
All right.
Tembo, that was the name. That was his name I was thinking of. I kept on thinking of Robert Muldoon. Like, no, even though he's a similar character, they're very different.
yeah, Muldoon is kind of a gun for hire.
Yeah, I'd say that. Hold on. Yeah, I'd say that Roland Tembo is a bit more of a captivating character than Robert. There's a bit more going on with him.
I would concur with that. All right. Well, we will probably call it good for today. Alrighty. Well,
Yep.
we'll see you later. Bye.
Yeah, adios. Have a good night.
Bye.
Enough! Kill me! Just end it. No.